Business not for kids.
Welcome to the New Rugged Order podcast, exclusively on the Hard Knock Digital Culture channel. Now give it up to your host, people, MM2K.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? That is the wrong. There we go. That's the right one. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, MM2K of Cloud Dosage, Hard Knock Digital Culture, MM2K Gaming, and Geeks. Back here with your co-host, Cold Blood Sensei, for another episode of NRO Podcast. This is NRO Podcast number 53. Man, oh man, oh man, do we have a special one for you today. But before we get into all this, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can participate in the chat, all that great stuff. And make sure you rock those bells for notifications too. Cold Blood, what is going on, brother? How are you doing today, my good friend? What you been up to?
I'm very good. Was up to nothing, really. Was talking to you.
Yeah, we had a cool stream earlier today. I trying something new. Something we'll probably do from here on out.
He exposed Storm a little bit.
Yeah, we just was chatting it up and getting shit ready for the podcast. And you guys got to hear me as I go through all my rigors and curse and swear at myself when things don't go right as I'm trying to set up the streams. Yeah, so it's like a little pre-show. You get to see how the sausage is made. You know what I mean? With that said, thank you for joining us. This is episode 53, where we're going to be talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 Outrage, games skipping Xbox, and we're going to be talking about Rise of the Ronin. And we got a lot of hardcore opinions about all this. We got Jonathan in the house. He says, dog shit. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing, man? Let me see. Let me make sure I got the comment. Do I have the comment? No, I don't have the comment selector up there. One thing I want to do too.
In streamer mode.
Let me get it out of there. One thing that I want to do too, y'all, before we get started on all this, disable. I got to figure out a way how to keep that away. One thing I want to do before we get started is I do want to talk about our giveaway, $70 giveaway that we're doing for our Final Fantasy VII streams. Cold Blood is hosting those streams. And if you participate in watching a stream, you can enter in for a chance to win $70 USD. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. So let me roll that beautiful beam footage and show you what the hell I'm talking about. This right here. As it loads up. There you go. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth stream right there. You don't want to miss out on that. Check that out. $70 USD. Just follow the directions on the via the tweet. I'm going to take the tweet right now. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it in the chat so you know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm going to put it in the chat here on YouTube and on Kick. Welcome to all of our Kick viewers. Whether you're watching this live or VOD, $70 PSN Final Fantasy VII Rebirth giveaway. Yeah, definitely check that out. So you want to participate in this and you want to follow those directions in order to participate. And best of luck to everybody that does participate, and congratulations to the winner when we get to that point. All right. So with that said, that's it. I want to ask Cold Blood, as if we don't already know, but it's customary as part of the show. I want to ask Cold Blood. Cold Blood, what have you been gaming on this week?
Bad.
What'd you say?
My bad.
Your bad? Oh man.
I mean, I was tired the whole week, bro. One guy is on vacation right now. I have to do all this bullshit.
You got to cover for him. I thought you did.
Yeah.
You did get squeezed out one stream though, didn't you? Right? Or am I imagining?
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. No,
Okay.
2 actually.
Oh, okay. Good.
Could have been more if one time we didn't stream that long.
Yeah. Were we
I
streaming or
wasn't
were we
that
just?
tired.
I think we were just talking shit. We were just sitting there. Yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah. You know about
We've
yesterday?
been talking shit yesterday. Yeah.
If y'all didn't miss, that was a funny one. As everyone's filling in. So yesterday, if you were checking out the stream, we ended yesterday's stream where I was talking shit to Cold Blood about GFM, right? So I was like, yeah, man. Cold Blood was like, well, even if Dragon's Dogma 2 does release on GFN, who gives a shit? Because you motherfuckers gonna be struggling too on them frame. I was like, hey, Sean, and Sean, you ain't say that. You a good dude, man. Because Sean knows better. So I was fucking with Cold Blood. I was like, yes, he can. He's like, no, you can't. I said, yes, you can. I said, man, look. It's all about that reflex technology that's built. So I was just fucking with him, trying to get him nervous. I was like, yeah, because I'm going to pick a game for you. And he wouldn't budge. So I went to go make myself something to eat. And I came back and I said, let me stop fucking with him. I was like, no. We were talking shit back and forth. Yeah, man, I am interested to see how it's going to perform on the NVIDIA GeForce Now, but I'm going to defer to the homie Inlad and see what information he puts up. You know who I'm talking about, Jonathan. I'm
Then just make a stream out of it and show the people how bad it runs on the GeForce Now.
You know what? I think that here's my honest assessment of how I think it'll run on GeForce Now. I think that it will be able to run at 60 frames per second at high settings with DLSS on. If they got the frame construction and DLSS on and reflex, I think it'll be able to do it. I do. Will it have a few dips at high? You might have to go high medium. I do think it'll do it, but it definitely is going to need DLSS. It's good. What was that? What were we in 3.5? It's going to need 3.5. It's going to need reflex. It's going to need all that shit turned on. And then I think you could get 60. But I want to see at what settings, like, do you have to put it at high, medium, and then put it on performance or ultra perform? Like for me, my hope is that we could put it on like a balance mode, which me and Cold Blood was talking about that yesterday. And we discovered for ourselves that balanced DLSS 3.5 is native 1400p. I'm cool with that. It's native 1400p upscaled to 4K. If they can do balanced at high settings with all that other technology, I'm cool. Where I'll be kind of disappointed is if they can't, you got to put it in performance ultra and all that. Because performance, what did we say? Performance was 1080. Performance ultra is 720. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like the 1080 upscale. I can do 1440p. My preference is 1800p, which is quality. I don't think they're going to be able to do quality. They might be able to do balance. They could do balance, because here's another thing too that I noticed yesterday while me and Cold Blood was talking shit, and I wish we could have recorded that. I hopped back in Cyberpunk while me and Cold Blood was talking, and when overdrive mode first came out, on balanced, I was getting 70. On quality mode, it was hovering around 60. I would say anywhere between 55 to 60. And I was trying it again last night, And on overdrive mode, I was getting 90 on balanced, and it was doing like 75 on quality. And then when I did it without the shit, it was like 60, you know, between 57 and 6. I said, they must have did some upgrades. So I'm confident they can do it. They can get 4K 60 at some configuration. My question is, how low do they have to fucking go? If they can do that shit at like balanced high, then I consider that a win.
I only consider it a win if you can have everything on a high 4K and run over 60 FPS in the main city. That is the only win you get from me.
Yeah, he said, Jonathan said 360p. I looked it up. He says some games disappoint the fuck out of me. Let me pull up his comment. He says some games disappoint the fuck out of me, like Star Ocean, the Divine Force struggle. Like, yeah, I don't. It's poor. I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to sound like an asshole. In Cold Blood, please stop me. Where if I sound like I'm trying to be xenophobic, I'm not, because y'all know me. I'm not that type of dude. I feel like Japanese developers, though, have problems with optimization this generation and on PC. The exceptions are the remakes. But for some, like, there's games like, I'm sorry, there's games like Grand Blue Fantasy. You said it literally makes no sense why these games can't run at 4K 30, a stable 4K 30, look crisp as hell, as well as have an 1800p 60 mode that's upscaled to. I for the life of me, I don't understand it. Maybe 1440p.
Well, who are we gonna blame for this?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Remember PS3 in 360 days? When no fucking JRPG really came out on PC like that.
Yeah. Yep.
The console games ran great. So, what is the conclusion? Having to develop for everything at once is just not it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
You get more sales, but if the developers can't concentrate on one console or two, and have to also develop a fucking PC, yeah,
but then,
that's what you get, Red.
I agree with that. I do think that that's a problem. But then what's up with Grand Blue Fantasy?
What do you mean? It's on PC? Yeah, absolutely.
So you think that the fact that it's out on PC is, and
yeah, that they have less time to really get every performance they can get out of the fucking console.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that if these guys, now I don't know what the fuck is happening at Square Enix. Square Enix is a different animal, and it's not necessarily a Japanese thing when it comes to Square, because what was that Luminos? They weren't those weren't Japanese developers, right? Weren't they like in Europe somewhere that did Forspoken?
Luminous Productions is, I think, Japanese one.
Oh, they are. Oh, okay.
But let me look it up.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's
because...
a Japanese developer.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it might be. And maybe it's because, maybe when you're doing simultaneous, and we talked about that, when you're doing simultaneous releases on PC and console. What is the term for that? I fuck it. God damn it, it leaves my head. I had too much caffeine today.
Look, the Final Fantasy quality mode is awesome. It was since launch awesome. They just made it even better now. It's the performance mode they always struggle with.
They struggle with, yeah. And
well,
see, it's just
maybe the fucking hardware is just not capable enough. Maybe that's also an issue.
I can understand Final Fantasy 16. I can to a degree. Well, I can do it to a degree. Understand Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. But that in the state, I haven't seen it recently, but in the state in which it launched, it shouldn't have been that. I think it's particularly a Square Enix thing, but I think you are right that a lot of these Japanese developers, they didn't parallel development. They weren't doing parallel development. They just focused on consoles. Look, we got to remember, to Cold Blood's point, brought up an excellent point. Sean Layton talked about this in 2018, I think it was. When Xbox was starting to dominate with the 360, the Japanese developers said, well, fuck that. We're not working with Xbox. They started making mobile games. That's where they were working. And then once PlayStation had dominated, Sean Layton said he went back to the Japanese developers and said, look, we back in the house. We back in the shop. We need y'all to come with us. Come back. Stop making those mobile games. This is a Sean Layton interview. I wish I could find that interview. I remember watching the motherfucker like it was yesterday. So come on back. And so they came on back. So all this parallel development with PC and all that other stuff, I just think that it was out of their level of expertise. And when it comes to 60 frames per second on these machines and on PC, or albeit just the machines, and I think Square Enix is having the most difficult time. They're having the most difficult time out of the Japanese developers. Well, hopefully something happens and fuck it, use the Decima engine when you can. Use that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they had problems too at launch, but you see how fast that shit got fixed and how beautiful that game is. Can you imagine Final Fantasy 16 on the Decima engine, man? Holy shit. Like, if I'm Sony, I'm making Decima the Japanese Unreal Engine. I'm going around Japan marketing the fuck out of Decima. You know what I mean? That's just my thought. He says, I blame the Steam.
The problem is...
What'd you say?
Yeah, but the problem is an engine is made for a particular game. Not for every single fucking game out there. Look at Unreal Engine. How many games look like fucking trash because they were not made for that?
Yeah. Well, Decima's made for, it's made for large scale games, right? So I imagine, okay, maybe you're not doing a large scale open world game. You're doing you're doing something in the realm of Grand Blue Fantasy. I feel like it can handle that. But you're right, because there are smaller scale games that are running on Unreal that are shit. So who knows? I still think for games like a Final Fantasy 16, oh fuck. On Decima, that shit would look awesome. And I don't think that. I think a game like I'm guessing. I'm thinking a game like Final Fantasy 16 would work on Decima, but I'm no developer. That being said, let me just get these topics in here. We do have some honorable mentions. Let me do the honorable mentions first. Cold Blood. So you brought up an honorable mention that you wanted to talk about before we got into the live topics. What was that? You said that the fucking these Xbox gamers are now they're eating their young and shit, or they're going crazy on each other. What's happening out there in these gaming streets?
They're saying now that anybody that is in the Xbox community that talks trash on Xbox now is a traitor. I wanted to know your opinion because you're the expert on that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm the number one trader and shit. You motherfucker. Yeah, I am. My thoughts on that is, look, how come you only hear this talk out of Xbox people? Geek the Snake in the house. What's up, Geek? Good to see you, brother. He came in at the right time. He gonna turn right back around and shit. Now, here's my thing. Everybody talks shit, and there's fanboys everywhere. Like Cold Blood and I got to deal with them regardless of what platform you're on. So it's just not that we got to deal with shit from the Xbox fanboys, but we got to deal shit from the PlayStation fanboys all the time. It's like, why are you whining? The favorite PlayStation fanboy line when you got something to complain about. Why are you complaining about? Why are you whining? You're entitled. You know what I mean? Look, here's the thing. We'll get told that we're entitled. We'll get told that we're whining or whatever, but nobody ever says, well, fuck you, you're not a real PlayStation gamer. Like, it's just a cult-like mentality when it comes to Xbox, to where if you criticize Xbox, they give you names like Ponybot, or they try to exile you. I've never seen a PlayStation person they try to exile. Like, what's that dude, Foxy Gaming? Like, they'll look at somebody like Foxy Gaming and they'll say, dude, this motherfucker's trying to get clicks, or whatever. They don't say, you've been blindfold him and make him walk the plank. They don't do shit like that. It's only from the Xbox community do I see that, and I know that firsthand because that's what they tried to do to me. It's cult-like. It's not healthy. And you can talk shit about what you like or what you don't like without trying to gatekeep what people say who claim to like Xbox. That would be like me going to Geek and saying, you know what, Geek? Yeah, I see you playing on Game Pass all the time. I see you playing on Xbox. I see you giving them props, but I don't like what you're saying about xCloud. You got to go. I mean, it's to that extreme. I know, again, because I've lost friends. Because I don't root for Xbox. Literally. I've lost friends. I've had people that were my friends. We talked to each other on the phone, all types of shit, laugh and joke, play games with each other. And because I don't like Xbox, that stopped. And we didn't just play games on Xbox. We play games on PC. We play games on PlayStation. We play games everywhere. But because I don't like Xbox all like that anymore, or it's not my number one way to play, like later today, I'm gonna be playing Paw Patrol, for crying out loud, you motherfuckers. I'm gonna be playing later on Game Pass. So I still have Game Pass. That's not good enough. Xbox has to be my number one way to game, and people don't want to be my friend anymore. They took their ball and went home. I've only seen that with the Xbox community. PlayStation dudes, even though we didn't agree the most, boot up, man. You ready to play some Division? Come on, Moss, you trying to play this? All the time. So I don't, it's this parasocial attitude that I blame Phil for. Because instead of it being about quality product and this and that for those that wanted them to compete in this AAA space, instead of it becoming about the output, it became about Phil. It became about defending Phil and defending all things Xbox. And even if it meant I can't be your friend anymore, because I got to fight this battle for Xbox. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to still see, but it's the Achilles heel of the Xbox community, because when you have a community that cannot, when you have a community that cannot criticize the thing that they're in favor for, you're no longer a community. You're just a fan club. That's all. For those of y'all that participate in that type of behavior, y'all are just a fan club now. Y'all are not a community. Like a community anywhere else, I get up, I may love the neighborhood that I'm in, but if I see trash here, like, oh, what the fuck, the mayor, man, I'm tired of this trash. I'm tired of these potholes. I'm calling the mayor's fucking goofy. You know, I'm being critical. I can be critical and still love my neighborhood, my community. Yeah, bro, it's wild. I'm telling you, if I was the type of motherfucker to name names, I could give y'all some names, and these are people that y'all know. Losing friends over some console shit, that's wild. Yes, I've literally had people. You know, I understand we not doing content anymore. Like if the content was Xbox focused, we not doing content anymore. But I literally had people that just won't communicate anymore. Like we can't talk about anything because of Xbox. It's this cult-like standard that's too rampant in that community that I'm sorry. It's gonna be when, okay, it's gonna lead to the downfall of the Xbox as a platform. And when historians look back, this is the main thing they're going to talk about. You know, like how we talk about what happened to the Ouya. There's people, you know, people going in the future going to talk about what happened to Stadia. There's people talk about what happened to the Dreamcast. They talk about leadership decisions that caused the failures of those platforms. When they talk about what happened to Xbox as a platform, if this thing, you know, goes to the wayside as a platform, Microsoft gaming ain't going nowhere ever. But if it goes somewhere as a platform, the number one thing I guarantee you, the number one thing that they're going to talk about is the fan base. They're not even going to get into the Phil Spencer yet. They're going to talk about the fan base. I can see it right now. They're going to show y'all act seething at the mouth, foaming at the mouth like some raccoon with rabies. That's going to be 90% of the focus is the fan base. They're going to show y'all tweets. Like we just had a set of tweets that came up this weekend or over the week where somebody went at Peter Ovio. And I trust me, I don't defend nobody that was like super hardcore licking the crevice of Phil's ass. But they said that, you know, you got like somebody effed your mother, you know, because he was talking about Xbox and going back and forth and telling them that they hope that his mom is dead and all this shit. Crazy, man. Crazy. So, like I said, there's fanboys everywhere. There's crazy people everywhere. But I'm just talking about the natural habits of that community. Not everybody, but too many in that community that have a say, that are influencers in that community rather, live off of this belief system that you have to be all positive Xbox, hold the line, quote unquote, and if you don't like something, just keep it to yourself. That is not a community, because a community are a bunch of consumers that, you know, that have a commonality or you know, as far as what they like. Just because I like you doesn't mean I can't criticize you. No other community is like that. You have a community, you know, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So that's what I got to say about that. It's absurd. But hopefully people see the absurdity in it and they do something before it's too late. Because pretty soon, like I said, if things continue on this trend where the main influencers within the community are successful in making everybody scared to publicly say what they're thinking, and they can't be criticized, then the platform is done. The platform is done. Point blank, period. So, all right, those are my thoughts. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
Isn't it already done?
Well, I mean, it's still around, so it's not done.
Yeah, but being around is and have nothing to show for it is kind of done.
I mean, competitively, no, they don't have anything to show for it, but they still have 20 million people on there. If you don't include ABK, but they still make 16 billion in gaming. Now, I don't know how much they're losing, but they're around. But if they want to carve out their own lane, like say if the litmus for success for them isn't, okay, we got to do as much as PlayStation is doing or better. Let's just say if they say, look, this is part of a greater passage where we're producing games, we're distributing those games, and we create a system to where people can play our games on a dongle or something like that. And that has its own lane. So, and we're the only ones in that lane right now. So as long as we're making money off of this, we're cool. I wouldn't say it's all for naught if they create that own lane, if they create that lane. But yeah, as we compare them to PlayStation, no, they're not. Yeah, they're not doing anything. But they got to create their own lane where they're, again, like a Tencent that has a dongle, and they got to be making money. That's the biggest problem, is that, you know, as this shit was leaking out and as we suspected, they're running their flagship product, which is Game Pass. They are running flat with, or they're in the red with. That's not good. So as long as Game Pass is stuck, then yeah, you're right. They're doing it all for nothing, because whatever they gain in game sales, which you got to start asking, how much is it? And when I say game sales, I don't mean their games being sold elsewhere. I mean game sales that are off of the Xbox platform. You got to ask yourself, how well are we doing? Because if you're making losses on your console and you're never in the black about it, about your console, are you making that money back in software sales? That's a huge question. Huge question. So I don't know, man. Let's go back to the comments. Sean says the Pokemon community is the most toxic shit ever. Can't wait for that documentary 30 for 30. Pikachu, we choose you. Is that a real documentary? Are you fucking with me, Sean? Let me know. I want to know, is that real and shit? All right, okay. So that's our main honorable mention. I think we can get into the topics. Fucking Dragon's Dogma 2, man. Let me check my bookmarks, because I got everything about this piece of shit that's happening here.
Well, you ain't paying $70 for it on PC.
Oh, you're not?
So you are not paying $70 for it. Because you can just get the fucking key right now.
No, I can't. They ain't giving me no fucking key, bro.
No, I mean on the fucking key side.
Oh yeah. I get what you're
About
saying.
$40 or something.
Oh, okay, shit. You gotta put me down. You gotta put me down, man. You gotta put me down, shit. Well, you know what? And let's decide live on air too if we're gonna get it after we talk this through.
Well, I want to see you play it on GeForce Now.
This motherfucker! Hey yo, I can't shake him. I've been trying to shake him since yesterday. He will not. No, he's like a pit. I cannot shake him off my leg, man. I ain't want to clap because this is what he's going to do. And in cold blood, because it might benefit the listening public. If what I just told you that I expected doesn't happen, and I'll go over it again, then yes, we get to double up next Foamy Friday. Like I got to play 2 shitball ass games. I'll do that. Hey, look, y'all understand? I be traumatized over these Foamy Fridays. Like I couldn't sleep last night. Like I got to play that fucking Paw Patrol, man. Shit, man. My wife's like, "What's wrong with you?" Like that. Like fuck, man. I got to play this fucking Paw Patrol. Oh man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll get it. It'll be cool content for Cloud Dosage too. Those are a huge favorite. Let everybody know that we're live. Tweet this out. I know we're going later than usual, but we're trying to find a sweet spot time to go. You know what I mean? So let me see here. Let me put this back out here. I'm gonna put "We are live." Come join us in the chat. We are live. We are live. We are live. Oh, what the fuck? We are live. Come join us in the chat. So we are live talking Dragons Dogma. I'll buy it live on air too. I'll buy it live on air. Can't shake this motherfucker, bro. He's like, yo, you ain't getting the white boss. You shouldn't have talked shit. I can dig it.
Yep, you shouldn't.
Oh man. I was like, let me fuck with him, man. He's like, nah, you shouldn't even open that can of worms. What was I saying about I wanted to put up these links. Here's my thoughts so far. So here's this first one from Reforge Gaming, which I really liked how he phrased this. He says Dragon's Dogma 2 off to a roaring start on Steam with the 40%. It's Jedi Survivor all over again. The press gives it a 9s and 10s and ignores the horrible performance and bad optimization. Edit. It also has more microtransactions than a free-to-play mobile game of the year right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm seeing some stupid comments there. Then, okay, why do I have his shit up there twice? And then PMS Jordan put something up here. No. Okay, she says the real reason they wanted to sell fast traveling microtransactions, and she refers back to this article where one of the developers was like, Dragon Dogma 2 still doesn't have fast travel, as its director says you only need it because your game is boring. Talking about other games use fast travel because traversing through their games are boring. But when you play Dragon's Dogma 2, you'll love going through the landscape, right? But come to find out that to get the port crystal, it's $2.99. I also listened to, let me see if I can find it, because it was a great video. You know what I'm saying? And I think David Jaffe is an entertaining creator. I think he's funny. But at times he goes off the fucking deep end. Like, I'm like, dude, okay, I don't even know what you're doing. Like, how many lines did you hit today? But this time around, he put out a great fucking video. It says, hey, Capcom, the fuck are y'all doing? Game reviews dropped the ball as well, and folks who wrote some off the previews promoting the whole no fast travel in the game is intentional and it works. Horseshit. Let's discuss. I would seriously urge you guys and gals to watch this video. This video is excellent. It talks. You're going to see some people capping for, oh, the microtransactions, you don't even need them. Like, you don't want to cross them and all that other shit, right? But then, and my issue isn't the microtransactions, except for the fast travel, cold blood. Like, my issues are the microtransactions that, I mean, my issue is the performance. Why is the performance so shitty? So yeah, you have all that, and last but certainly not least, there's this statement that Capcom had to put out here, which to me is fucking ridiculous that you got to put this out here already. They say, to Dragon's Dogma 2 players on Steam, we would like to update you on the status of the following items about which we have received numerous comments in the community. To all those looking forward to this game, we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience, crashes, and bugs fixes. We are investigating critical problems such as crashes and freezing, which will be addressing crashes and bugs. Look, are there going to be some instances to where you release this to millions and millions of people, and are they going to discover some bugs that even in the best QCing you would never find? Absolutely. But your game should not be riddled with them. They shouldn't be riddled with them. When you do a Q&A, you're supposed to take vertical slices of the games and have people focus on those vertical slices, like maybe 1 week. Then the next week, they're focusing on another vertical slice. Then another week, they're focusing on it. And again, you're not going to perfectly simulate millions and millions of people trying to do all types of goofy shit in the game at launch all at one time. You're not going to do that. But at the very least, a multitude of these bugs and shit should have been caught. And I think y'all do know what they are. Y'all just see what y'all can get away with at launch. Y'all be like, look, the publisher wants this released by such and such time. Put it out there. Let's see what people discover. We're not going to keep doing this Q&A. It costs too much money. So just put it out there. That's unacceptable, especially if you're asking me to pay $70. The option of starting a new game. Like, you can't start a new fucking game in a game in 2024. I get where you don't have a whole bunch of saves in the game. Like, you may get one save per profile. But you can't start a new fucking game? Huh?
Nope.
Pay DLC. Again, I get it to where most of this DLC you might not even need. But the more critical ones that you had the audacity to say that people don't care about fast travel. Why, if fast travel isn't important, why would you monetize it? Riddle me that, genius. If fast travel isn't important, why the fuck would you monetize it? Why would you waste your time monetizing it if it isn't important? So cut the bullshit. Regarding the frame rate, this is where I'm the most perturbed. I don't know if you saw this, cold blood. Check this out. A large amount of CPU usage is allocated to each character in calculating the impact of their physical presence in various areas. In certain situations where numerous characters appear simultaneously, the CPU usage can be very high and may affect the frame rate. We're aware that in such situations, settings that reduce GPU load might currently have a limited effect. However, we are looking into ways to improve it. How in the fuck did you create a game and launch a game that is this much of a failure on the development side? What? So y'all know what the problem is, and y'all are admitting that we built this game from the ground up in a very inefficient manner. Nah, the boo-boo, deal with it. That's basically what you said.
So, do you give me my flowers with the statement I made yesterday?
Which one?
With the where they just put the fucking game out and see who's gonna put up with this shit and who's not.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact,
and that we are beta testers.
As a matter of fact, speaking of that, hold on. Where's my fucking tweet? I can't find it. Hold on. It's funny that you said that because I took your response and I made it my own. Here we go. I took your response and I claimed it. So you can sue me in court, motherfucker. I said, when game makers ask $70 retail, it should be because you're confident in the effective execution of your vision, and you can do so at launch. Meaning, okay, this is the type of game that I want to build. This is the scope that I want to build it at. And here's how it's going to work efficiently. You have all that mapped out. All that is important. Now, whether the game is actually good or whatever, it all depends upon your talents. But this is stuff, and that's subjective, whether a game is quote unquote good or not. Here's what's not subjective. That you know what you want to do. You understand the scope of what you want to do. And because of what you want to do and the scope of it, you understand the most effective way for gamers to deliver that. And you find the most effective way to do that, right? Now, we've seen plenty of open world fighting, whatever, you know what I'm saying? None to which were sloppily developed in that way, that puts CPU load on every single NPC. What the fuck? And I include random hiccups aside. But to Coldblood's point, this is where I stole from him, and he's gonna have to sue me in international court. I said my $70 retail is not a cushion for you to experiment on how to do all that. That's called a Kickstarter. When a AAA studio like Capcom says, we're bringing you the next genre-defining game and you got to pay next genre-defining prices for that, the expectation is you already know what you're doing. And you already know how to execute it. And you know how to execute it efficiently. And opposite some weird ass, like I said, some weird ass quirk that happens that nobody could predict, we should expect the game to be kick-ass. And for some reason, it's not like that anymore. For some reason, you mofos think that it's cool to make us pay $70, like Coldblood said. I gotta give him credit where credit is due. You got $70 so we can experiment for you. Normally you pay us. That's the way. If we're quality control testing your game, you're supposed to pay us. We're not supposed to pay you. Now, if you want to label your game early access or whatever, fine. That way I know what I'm getting into. This game is gonna have some fucked up shit about it. But I'm that much of a fanboy of what's going on. I want to participate. I'm gonna pay for. Okay, fine. But I've never seen a $70 early access. Y'all are saying that this is your finished product ready for retail for public consumption by all that fit under the demo. That's crazy to me. Hold on one second. Coldblood, I'm going to end it right there. What are your thoughts about all this? I got to go grab some tissue real quick. But what are your thoughts on this whole mess with Dragon's Dogma 2? I'll be right back.
Well, you already stole my fucking points again. I mean, I can literally tell you what I told him, word for word. Wait a minute. So I said Dragon's Dogma is a beta test in many ways. First, it's literally a test to see how many people will buy something that's clearly unfinished. And second, they use the money they get from those testers to finance the actual fix for the people that want to get it but just not broken at launch. I mean, like it is on launch. That's what I said to him, and he literally just stole these points and made it his own. Well, I still don't understand how you can make a game where you have new game only one time as an option. In a fucking RPG where you can create your own character. Yeah, you make only one fucking save file that you can delete.
It's crazy, bro.
And make a new game. And make another character. And then you also have the balls to monetize it as a microtransaction. To have a character editor.
Yeah.
I mean, this is hella obvious that Capcom was like, yeah, let's try to get all the money we can out of this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying about the content of the game. That is something completely different. I'm just talking about the practices they're using right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally agree.
They are fucked up.
Totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Cold blood. What? But okay. So the practices are fucked up. Totally agree. Yes, I admit live on air. I stole your pun and I made it my own. like what did Jay-Z
I read
say?
to them exactly what I told you.
Oh, told me. Okay.
But
He said, I'm claiming it back. He said I'm claiming it back. Yeah. My question for you next is, what about the people defending this shit though, bro? Like there are people out here, they are dead ass.
I mean, what is there to defend?
They're saying like, number one, okay, so I'll run down the list because it's unbelievable to me. Number one, when it comes to the microtransactions, people are saying, well,
they're optional.
Yeah, number one, they're optional. So what do you say to the optional shit?
Me going to the toilet every half an hour is optional too. Or what? That doesn't change the fact I have to go to the toilet.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't
Probably
dismiss the
didn't make sense
shittiness
to
of
most.
it.
Yeah.
You know, I bet, yeah, it doesn't dismiss the shittiness of it. Yeah. I mean, what? All right. What about, okay, yeah, it might be. I've seen this on Twitter, bro. Okay, the fast travel the fast travel microtransaction might be fucked up. Literally, this is what somebody said. The fast travel microtransaction might be fucked up, but when you think about
context. It is not the fast travel that you pay for. It's the literal fast travel points you can put down that you pay for.
Oh, no, from what I understand, there's two type of microtransactions. There's that. In the way I was listening to David Jaffe's video, there's that. Yeah, you can pay to have permanent fast travel points. Like you can, like if you're in a forest somewhere, you can put down a certain stone and say, look, I always want to have the ability to be able to fast travel here, right?
It is not permanent. You can pick it up again and put it somewhere else.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. But then, from what the way David explained it is that there's two. There's one that you can make points anywhere you want on the map that are fast travel points. and also the ability to fast travel in general. Like if there's a game made, go ahead.
No, that was in part 1, where you could get a stone that wasn't a consumable, but literally a item you permanently had.
Okay.
So you could always fast travel.
Well, we'll look and see, because they could have.
Now it's just you gotta have those stones.
Mm-hmm.
You can get them in the game.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, yeah. So if I wanted to fast travel somewhere, like say if it was a town that the game had already made it a fast travel spot, you're saying that my ability to fast travel, I don't need anything for it. I can just say, go in the menu and say I'm going to fast travel here, or no?
Well, not exactly. You need a ferry stone for it. That's what.
Okay. So you need a ferry stone in order to fast travel, and you can get them in game, right? Yeah. And then you can also, and then there's the DLC, or no, not DLC, microtransaction to create your own fast travel points. And from what I understand, you can get those in game too, that are in Dragon Dogmas too. They're saying
they are limited to 6, I think.
Oh, okay. So,
but if they make a new game plus, then you can have more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll see how that works. But somebody was like, well, yeah, okay, that might be shitty, but how many games did you fast travel, period? I said, what? I said, huh? What game doesn't let you fast travel? What are you talking about? Maybe Mario, even Mario games. What are you talking about? I don't know, bro. And then this is the one that angered me the most. For people, when they were like, look, if you are not getting 60 frames per second on PC, so what? If you want 60 frames per second, you just have to buy all the best parts that are out right now. What do you think about that?
Actually, it depends, really.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a fucking 1050,
yeah,
and i7 from the 4th generation or something.
Yeah.
Well,
of course, yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but your fucking PC's dog shit. Yes, you have to upgrade if you want to play it at a decent FPS.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna tell someone with a 3080 that he can play this game at 4K 60,
yeah,
bruh.
Or somebody, Cold Blood, didn't you see somebody with a 4090 or something like that struggle, like you said, in the city?
Yeah, in the city, you can forget 60 FPS.
That's crazy.
For the whole playthrough.
That's crazy. Now, Grant, as long as my CPU, like you said, is in the 3rd generation i7, if I got a current CPU and I got a fucking 4090, bro. Like, to me, until you figure that part out, it shouldn't even be released on PC. That's my thoughts. Until you figure that part out, it shouldn't even be on PC. Because that's a slap in the face to the PC people. And if they partner with NVIDIA, and y'all know, and look, like I said, I'm not owned by anybody. I love NVIDIA GeForce Now, but I'm looking at the parent company at NVIDIA. And trust me, I ain't saying this because y'all ain't give me a code. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm saying this because, again, when it comes back to the day before, y'all gotta watch this shit, man. This is counterproductive to the PC market. If motherfuckers are buying 4090 NVIDIA GeForce cards, right? In no fucking shape, way, form, or fashion should they not be able to get 60 frames per second at 4K? Because a game is bottlenecked. If a game is bottlenecked like that, then before you start jumping all over the place and y'all start motorboating each other and shit like that and getting all creamy knuckled, oh yeah, we got Dragon, we got tool sets in Dragon's Dogma. You need to talk to these motherfuckers and say, look, man, people are going to be buying our product on the belief that they're going to be able to get the best performance out of your game. Get this shit together, bro. Because now we're asserting our brand with this product and you're making us look bad. Because people are then going to start saying, well, fuck it. Do I even get a 4090? You know what I'm saying? 4090 ain't even going to help. Fuck it. So this is me cautioning NVIDIA. Once again, man, y'all got to be very, very cautious on who y'all start side promoting with. Like, this is a disaster for PC gaming. This is bad. And it's not your fault. It's not even the CPU maker's fault. It's none of the component people's faults. They horribly optimize this game. I don't think, even if they are using your tool sets, I don't give a fuck how big the game is. There should not be any serious cross promotion until a game is optimized and people with your strongest cards can at least get 60 frames per second. I wouldn't do it because this makes you look bad as far as I'm concerned.
To be fair, Moss, to Capcom, they at least give a warning that you can get those items in the game. Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I just think that it's because I was just looking in the PlayStation Store and they have it for every single item.
For every single, yeah. They say in their comments that everything is in the game. I'm not mad about the microtransactions existing. And I think people are erroneously making it seem like that people are complaining about that. Shout out to you, Brigadier. Hey, do us a favor, because
let me explain why I'm mad at these fucking microtransactions.
Go ahead.
Because the game is being balanced with microtransactions in mind.
Yeah. True.
That is my issue with these fucking microtransactions even existing. Because they're gonna make everything more scarce in the game. Just so some idiot is like, okay, I just paid it $2, but for having my character do something like there's an item you can change their behavior, yeah. So the AI behavior. So someone would say that, okay, I want to change that now. I don't want to grind for it or something. They might get someone with that shit.
Yeah, they are. Like you said, come on. The fact of the matter is, bro, I go through it with Division 2. The fact of the matter is, bro, if you want to believe that people who put microtransactions in games don't develop the game around the microtransactions, that they're fully optional, I got land to sell you. It's really a garage where the sewage is backed into it, but we're going to call it New Kansas. We're going to call it New Texas. I'm going to sell you New Texas for like $11 billion and shit, right? I go through it with Division. Oh, there's just optional microtransactions for cosmetics. No. If I'm sitting there in the game and I've been grinding for hours upon hours upon hours, if I see that the season pass gives me this fucking gun guaranteed and I want that gun, I'm okay. I'll buy the season pass, right? And the game, again, is purposefully making it hard for me to get said gun. Come on now. It's like the fast travel thing, which I know was part of 1, but if it was that way in 1, you can better believe that it's going to be more difficult to find those elements into. So you'll be forced to buy them. So you'll feel forced to buy them, or feel like, you know, oh
Juice,
man,
not much. You're not gonna be grinding that much. Trust me. I just say it is more in mind with the microtransactions, the balancing of the game. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on, my bad. Trying to find Juice's, because Juice put up a very interesting thing that I do want to address. Hold on one second. I'm following you now on Twitter, Juice, because I want to make sure that when I send these out, that you don't miss out. Because usually, like, I'll hit up certain people, and if you are on Twitter and you want to be hit up when I go live, okay, I'm following you now, Juice. If you want to be hit up when I go live, then put your Twitter handle in here and I'll do it. But here's the thing that you got to make sure that you do. And let me know if you've done this and you're not getting notified. There should be a bell, right? Let me see. Let me make sure that I'm not lying to you guys, and I'm telling you wrong. When you go to subscribe, there should be like a bell that's there. Make sure you click that bell. Let me go to a channel. I'm gonna go to Reforge Gaming. Cold Blood's favorite. Go to Reforge real quick just to see. I'm already subscribed there, so that doesn't help. Okay. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go home. Let me find a channel that I'm not subscribed to. Yeah. Am I subscribed to Trey Rags? Am I?
Moss.
Here? Yep. Can you hear me? Okay, I am subscribed.
Can you mute us for 2 minutes? Gotta talk to you about something.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Here we go. Hold on. Okay. Man, fuck you, man. Don't ever tell me that, Cold Blood. Nah, I'm just joking. What's up, everybody? Sorry, man. Don't ever talk to me like that again. I'm tired of you talking to me like that, man. Fuck you, Cold Blood. Y'all can't. Hey, look. We talk to y'all about a lot of stuff, but we can't tell you everything. So yeah. Do me a favor, y'all. Make sure that y'all here. Where's it? Oh, MB. Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm following MBG. Who am I not fucking following?
We just talk about it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay, when you hit that subscribe button, right next to it, where you can hit the drop down box after you hit subscribed. Make sure that all is checked. Because when you select personalized, and not to get off topic, y'all, but me and Cold Blood were talking about this earlier. That's why y'all want to check out our pre-show. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be live on Twitch, but it's only going to be live on Twitch for like an hour after it airs, and then it's going to disappear, and it's only going to be available for members VOD after that. Yeah, we talk about more about what happens behind the scenes and try to do this content creation shit and how fucked up it can be and stuff like that. And I had a real nice conversation with somebody from YouTube yesterday. Really, the most helpful conversation I've had in the 7 years that I've been on YouTube. They've done this thing to where they say personalized, and Juice, you were just a victim of it. For some reason, the algorithm is fucking up. There's like a data set behind the scenes that's in YouTube jargon that classifies our videos, right? That's why now, you know, our numbers are off. Like, why the fuck are our numbers off? Because YouTube will experiment or whatever. When you hit personalized, YouTube predetermines what they think of which of our videos they think you want to see. Like, you might miss a video. Like, again, like Juice, you might have missed our last live stream and you saw it on demand. YouTube then automatically thinks, oh, he didn't want to watch that. He didn't really care for that. So the next time anything with the term NRO podcast comes on, we're not going to show him. That's what they're doing to a lot of y'all. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and then you hit that all. Do not hit personalize. I know you may see that and you may say, oh, okay, there might be some shit that they do that YouTube knows isn't for me. This algorithm is goofy as fuck. It's like they grabbed my son and a one-eyed gorilla and said, okay, you know, type some shit and give us our algorithm. Like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I had a long conversation with somebody about that. So number one, make sure that next to that subscribe button, you got anybody that's listening hits all, so you get everything. And if you just happen to see something that you don't, want, fine. You know what I'm saying? But if you do personalized, I see y'all all the time. Y'all are like, oh, I didn't get notified. That's why you didn't get notified. It's silly as fuck. It's silly as fuck. That's why I kind of like, Cold Blood had to convince me and it worked out for us. But that's why for a while I was like not really pursuing YouTube. Because I knew about the stupid shit that they were doing. Who is this? Why am I getting all these bots sending me this political shit? I gotta block all these motherfuckers. But yeah, make sure you guys hit all for that, okay? All right, so back to the topic at hand. So again, Cold Blood, with all this said, I mean, what do you think is the best remedy? Go ahead.
No, at the end of the day, the game is probably fucking great.
Yeah,
it is just, like I said, the principle of it is just
exactly
disgusting.
Exactly. I'm with you 1,000%.
I would blame the fucking publisher on this one more than the developers, really.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the performance, because that is the developers' fault in some way. But they probably got rushed or something to put it out.
And I don't know who the developer within Capcom is, but I'm glad that people are focused on Capcom. What'd you say?
They got divisions. They're called
exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm glad they're focused on Capcom, because the problem is Capcom as the publisher. Because trust me, these developers don't sit there and say, oh, fuck these games. These developers are on our side, except for the one or few that might say some stupid shit. Like the one guy that was a developer for Stadia who said that we should be paying game makers when we stream content. Oppose goofy shit like that. The developers are on our side. Their hands are forced by the publisher. The publisher tells them, well, look, man, we're launching this date thick or thin. So, I mean, this will be a reflection on you. So you best fix that shit. Y'all best stay here till midnight, go to sleep for an hour and get right back to it. And then, you know, we'll launch it. And then this is what, if we get back, let's watch the backlash. And if we get backlash, we want y'all. Notice how it's always the developers writing up, we're sorry, we're going to do better. And when it's the publishers deciding to make this shit crappy. Trust me. So, but yeah, definitely make sure y'all hit that all button. Doriega says I be at work most of the time. Yeah, Doriega, we're going to be, well, here's my problem. My schedule is fucked up. Like, I get up 4 a.m. because my job only requires me to work 3 hours a day and do it from home. So I get up from 4 and I work with a lot of people in Chennai in India. So I get up at 4 a.m. We go communicate back and forth. They send me some reports. I go check them, do my thing. And I'm usually done between 6:30, 7 o'clock, right? And then that's when I start my content shit. But now, instead of me having like the whole, and then my wife comes home. When my wife comes home at 4, oh, I better stop what the fuck I'm doing so I can hear about her and her love-hate for the other nurses that she works with, right? Then she's usually done at 7. And what I was contemplating doing, because once she got out of the hospital, she shuts down at 7. What I started contemplating doing is getting back on at 7 p.m. and streaming again and shit, like, you know, at MM2K Gaming, you know, the nightcap. Well, my friend started a business. I was supposed to be the accountant, but then he fucked up and hired the worst set of employees in the world. They're literally like fucking in closets and shit, and we had to fire everybody. And so then we're in the process of rehiring new people that aren't nymphos and can do their job. And we got a couple of employees, but it requires me and him to go down there on site so we don't lose this company, to go down on site and watch and monitor people. And so then there's certain days where I can't get there till 8. Like, so here we go. I got to spend time with my wife between 4 and 7. And then as soon as I'm done at 7, I got to go down there at 8. There's some days I got to be down there at 5. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a 45-minute travel. So my shit's kind of when I get to a point to where I ain't got to go down here but once a week, then yeah, we're gonna start doing content. Cold Blood and I've been talking about that. We're gonna start doing content like when the East Coast and the West Coast starts coming home. You know what I'm saying? But until then, we're kind of like stuck in this bottle to where this is the time that we have to stream, and we're gonna start streaming no sooner than 12. Like, I might go live on Twitch before that. I might do something on MM2K Gaming streams or something like that. But our main show content will not be before 12 Eastern, if that makes sense. So, he said, "Man, I wish I had your." Yeah, it was beautiful, man. I've been working this schedule since 2018, bro. I love it until I was like, well, I got free time. Yeah, you need me to do some accounting? Sure. Wrong. Fucking wrong. But yeah. Okay. Back to the topic at hand. Yeah, I'm with you, Cold Blood. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a great title. I'm going to try it out. But there's just some bullshit. And the bullshit that I'm concerned about, it ain't got nothing to do with microtransactions or even the quality of the gameplay. It's you're charging $70 for this. This all boils down to the same thing, a common theme for me. You're charging $70 for this. Like, stop. Like, I can't get on Redfall's case, even though this ain't nowhere near as severe as Redfall. But I can't get on Redfall's case and say, I'm expecting quality and you to be for sure with this, and then not extend that across the board. So yeah, Capcom, if your game can't perform at a certain level that's expected for current gen titles, then no. Fuck no. You shouldn't charge $70. If you're not sure by the time you launch this thing, then it's the only games that should be $70 are AAA games that are, you know, as far as quality is concerned. You know them bugs have been squashed for the most part. You know they've been squashed for the most part. And you're using current gen graphical tools. And last but not least, you got a performance mode. And it's a performance mode that, fuck it, is like 60 frames per second, 1080p natively at launch. That's the way I feel. I'll settle for 1080p this gen. Next gen, nah, y'all motherfuckers, y'all gotta have performance modes no less than 1800p. That's unacceptable to me. But this gen, okay, maybe you gotta do 1080p. But if you're charging $70, that's creme de la creme shit, man. That's creme de la creme shit, and you gotta give us the creme de la creme. Those are my thoughts. Did you have any final thoughts, Cold Blood, before we move on to the next topic?
Stop developing for Xbox, please.
Wow, Cold Blood. Go ahead.
And have a delayed launch on PC. That'd be great.
I agree. I actually saw somebody say something about Rise of Ronin. And we'll get to Rise of Ronin. Oh, they're not developing for Xbox. Say Rise of Ronin's performance. No, that's a Team Ninja problem. That ain't got nothing to do with parallel development bogging you down. I think this is if this game only developed for one particular console, I'm confident that Capcom, because we saw what they did with the Resident Evil 4 remake. I feel like that Capcom would have had a better product if they were able to focus at one platform at a time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all for fucking, all right, stagger it. First it releases on console, 6 months later, put it on PC. You know what I mean? And PC gamers might hear that and might bitch and complain. Why? Like, if I paid fucking, $3,500 for your 4090s, whatever the hell you guys paid, I want 60 frames per second. So go ahead and make sure that shit is optimized, man. Because here's the truth of the matter. Whether you like it or not, I don't care that there's a billion people on PC. When it comes to AAA games, there are just more consumers on console. Those billions of people that are on PC they're playing Fizzle Chisel Tizzle Popper. Look at the Steam. What's it called? Maybe at best there's like a 50 million, maybe 100 million fucking potentiality on PC. If it's a game that's trending, you might have those Fizzle Chisel Tizzle Popper gamers that'll maybe make some upgrades to play that game. But the average AAA game user base on PC, it caps out maybe at 100 million potential people. There are fucking 300 million consoles out here, man. There are just more consumers of AAA games on console. That's why all these games, name me one AAA game, AAA, that launches on PC regularly and doesn't come to console. As I thought. Most of these people are on console, man. You know what I mean? They're on console, so they're going to be if they're coming to PC, the console launch is they're going to have to parallel develop for the console as well. So that's gonna, if you're a PC gamer, that's gonna fuck you up in your optimization because you're not getting the best out of your hardware. You gotta wait for patches. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a PC gamer that spent $3,500 just on my card alone, I want the best of the best. So it's probably best that they do wait. Let them figure out the PC part and then finish up on the let them figure out the console part and let them finish up on the PC part, man.
Let us look at the very satisfied customer on PC with the Steam reviews.
Oh yeah.
Let's take
a look at them. Let's take a look at that shit. Oh my God. Steam database. There it goes right there. Let's pull it up. 40.52%. Holy fucking cow, dude. Holy shit. 40.52%. How can I go and see these reviews? I gotta sign in. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me sign in. I can't see that shit. Oh man. Oh God. Jesus Christ. That's bad, dude. That is bad. You guys, you know, it is what it is, man. Huh? Shit. Do I have my caps on? I hope I don't get locked out. I hope I don't get locked out. Oh shit. What is my
Doriaga, the hype for Drake's Dogma 2 is not comparable with 1. Not at all.
Okay. Oh, I changed it. I forgot I did. Okay. I gotta find my Steam password. I gotta find it. Damn it. Okay, let's see if we can find Steam. MM2K. What the fuck? Oh man, I can't find. What's going on? Oh, there it goes. Oh, god damn, I changed it to that? Holy cow. I had some motherfucker. Well, no. Funny thing. And my son had a problem with hacking. This is a funny story. You pray for my son. He's a special case. He doesn't, very bright kid, but he doesn't know what to do with his intelligence. So he ends up doing the dumbest shit. So he wanted to be a hacker. And so he built all these profiles and shit. And I share my Steam games with him. So one day I'm seeing this profile for this motherfucker out of Guatemala or some shit like that. And I go into a sheer panic. I'm like, oh shit, someone hacked my account. Guatemala motherfucker. What the fuck? And I start going crazy and I start changing all my passwords to this crazy shit. And here it was him. He had forgot to change his profile. And so it read, he forgot to change his VPN and all that shit. So it read like, you know, some motherfucker from Guatemala had signed into my shit. Okay. Are you going to approve it? Okay, there we go. Okay. So let's go to the sign into, go ahead, sign in. Here we go. I want to see it's not going to show me the comments. Menu. All right, Steam. All right, I want to see Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma 2. Okay. View page. Please enter a valid date. You motherfuckers. Okay. View page. All right, so let's look at the game. Let's look at the game. The game. Let's look at the comments. Okay. Yeah, mostly negative. Holy shit. It says, hey Capcom, you can purchase a good review for No, they did not put that shit up there, man. Why y'all do that? They said, hey Capcom, you can purchase a good review DLC for $199. That's funny. Was putting together a compatibility guide for playing a game under Linux Steam Deck, which required me to use various Proton versions. Apparently, each of these counted as an individual PC and triggered the de novo tamper protection. So now you got some wonky ass, what's it called to deal with too? Ain't that some shit? What else we got going on here? Was putting character stuck in the floor, can't reload as it ought to, so that's some bug shit. Edit, I fixed it. There's in fact a way to delete the save game and start. So you can't even delete it. So you can't even delete it? Like you can't, or you can delete the character. He was talking about the save game. Oh, okay. Oh, going back into, okay. So this is an interesting one. This guy's character was stuck and he puts an edit in here. And he says, I fixed it. And there is in fact a way to delete the save game and store it over here. And he tells you what to do. And he says, delete the most recent ones. For me, it was the top 3. Then go back to Steam and disable cloud storage. I hope this helps, lads. Is there a link to this? Here, let me snip this. I'm gonna snip this and put this on Twitter. I think that's worth doing. Shout out to this guy if this is true. I'm gonna put this on Twitter. So the gamer claims there is a way to delete Dragon Dogma 2 saves on PC, but try at your own risk. Try at your own risk. All right, there we go. That's cool stuff. Hopefully that is helpful to people. He says, I really wanted to like this game. I played the original on PlayStation 3. I bought Dark Horizon on PlayStation 3 when it came out. I got it. Okay, all right. This is the I expected jank. I didn't expect the game to be barely pushed 40 frames per second in the wilderness at minimum settings. God damn. With DLSS. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, what card do you have, my boy? Oh my God. Almost 6,000 people said this review was helpful. De novo bed optimization, microtransactions do not buy. There's some positive ones here. It says you don't have to spend $199 to change the look of your character. You spend 500 RC, which you can get from killing monsters, or at the pawn vendor to get an item that you bring to the barber, who gives you the option to change your appearance. Yeah, like everything that's in, it sounds like everything that's in the microtransaction loop. You can obtain in game, but believe you me, there are going to be, the game is built around you utilizing it. Trust me. Just trust me, bro. All right. So that's cool. Okay. Enough with enough with Dragon's Dogma. Let's go on over to Game Skips Xbox. The reason why that I'm putting any attention on this is because it's garnered a conversation where people are saying this might become a trend. Let me just get rid of a lot of this shit on here so I don't bog down performance. All right. So shout out, this is from my brother Tim Dog. Well, no, this ain't from Tim Dog, but I got it from his profile. Enotria, the last song launches August 21st. Xbox Series version no longer planned. Jimatsu has the story, and it says it's no longer planned. Italian Souls-like action RPG Enotria, the last song, will launch for PlayStation 5, PC via Steam and the Epic Game Store on August 21st. Developer Dogma Games announced a demo is coming soon. The previously announced Xbox Series version is no longer planned and will be reassessed post-launch. Here is a message from Dogma Games CEO Jackie Greco regarding the release date announcement and canceled Xbox Series release. Proud. Hold on.
Thomas.
What would you say? Go Blood?
I'm gonna send you something, bro.
Hold on, let me take a look.
Go on the site and show it to the chat.
Let me see. Copy link address. All right, let me put this in here.
This is so funny.
Okay, so this is a link to the game. Accept it. Fuck it. Enotria, the last song, the standard edition, it gets you the base game, deluxe edition, whatever. Select a platform.
Select the platform.
Oh shit. Xbox Series X and S has been grayed out. That's fucked up. Let's play a video from this. Let's see what it looks like. Let's play a video from this game. This teaser was made with pre-alpha footage game content. Hey, what happened? How come it didn't go full screen? Okay, this is fucking weird. Why didn't it go full screen? There we go. Okay. Let's take a look. Is this like some CGI shit?
Didn't they show it?
I think they did show it yesterday. I think they showed it yesterday. I know a lot of people weren't checking for this game, including us. But like a game this small, this, you know, I'm assuming this is like some type of indie title. That really isn't that large. Oh, okay. Is this the one where we were saying it looked like Demon Souls? I mean, not Demon Souls, Remnant.
No.
No, okay.
Or did it? Or was it? Maybe. Yeah.
Is it, okay. It doesn't look bad. What is this, RE5? I wonder if this, Unreal 5. And if we're looking at actual gameplay. Yeah, it looks like it's actual gameplay. Could be. Okay. I think that's interesting.
Bad.
No, it doesn't look bad at all. I think that's interesting. So This is what the CEO said. I'm proud of the work that the entire team has accomplished, especially when considering that we are an indie company, they are, of just 60 people, in contrast to the numerous Souls-like games that have been recently developed by teams including outsourcing assistants numbering over 700 individuals. During the transition from Unreal 4, so yes, this is an Unreal 5 game. We've managed to expand the game and elevate it in terms of content and quality, going beyond the expected AA standards. That's the type of shit I like to see. Presently, the game offers 3 main regions with over 40 hours of gameplay, more than 100 different enemies, supported by a robust RPG system. We focus extensively on aspects beloved by Souls-like players, particularly the diversity of builds and weaponry, our skill tree and mass twitch system. Okay, let's get to the point. It says, we are eagerly anticipating Freedom players will have within our game. A demo will soon be released on PlayStation 5, Steam, and Epic Store, affording potential buyers the opportunity to experience the game before making a purchase. We are confident they will be enamored, and they will provide us with valuable feedback from players worldwide. Regarding the release on Xbox, dun, 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 we have decided, in the interest of ensuring a superior experience for PC and PlayStation 5, like fuck your water, to reassess the possibility of an Xbox release post-launch. As previously announced, this will be priced at $49.99 for the standard and $59.99 for the deluxe. Wow. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but for everybody,
This is actually this quantum error shit all over again.
Oh yeah. With the game, I mean, quantum error was straight dog shit, but this game, this game looks like it has some promise. But yeah, it's a small developer who's like, look, I don't want to. Come on, man! Like, you guys are the least selling console. You are now doing things that are going to make your console less attractive. Now I got to develop for this S2 that's apparently a bottleneck. I mean, why would you not develop for Xbox unless you were having problems?
I mean,
and what are the problems?
Say it? They went from Unreal Engine 4 to 5.
To 5.
That is the problem.
Yeah. And who is that likely a problem for? The Series S. I don't know how, if you're Xbox, like Sarah Bond released this shit yesterday. Yeah, we're making games for all gamers. If these indie studios that have these promising titles, like these indie studios are going to start using UE5. UE5 is going to start making their games look like the shit. And there are going to be more gamers like the homie Will Sinks and others that are going to see games not come because of UE5. I don't know what to tell you. People were mad at me when I said this cold blood, but I stand by it. If you are not solely a Game Pass gamer and you can't afford to put together a PC and you have an Xbox, and that's your primary way of gaming. And again, you like to buy your games. And games like, you know, in the third party games that don't end up in Xbox, interest you like they do other gamers. I'm telling you right now, sell your Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Get you a PlayStation 5. I'm sorry. Maybe wait until the Pro comes out and get you a PlayStation 5 Pro. You're gonna be missing out unless
boss. Lavon is capping for the Series S in the chat.
Oh shit, Lavon, what's going on, brother? Let's see what Lavon is saying. Shout out to you, Lavon. He says the Series S should have had 2 more gigs for RAM, honestly, and that's just me. I honestly don't hate the Series S. Well, Lavon, let me ask you a question, bro. What if Microsoft would have stood by and said, you know what? y'all need to make sure that split screen is available on this. Like, there has to be parity. We're not going to make any exceptions. What if they would have said that for Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate would have never landed on Xbox? And even if Baldur's Gate ain't your thing, what if because of this parity clause that they have for Series S, what if you start seeing games, Levon? So you haven't been affected yet, but this is going to be a trend because all these UE5 games are going to start coming out. What if you start seeing games that you want to play that are built in UE5 that continue this trend and don't want to come to Xbox? Would you hate the Series S then? Serious question. Serious question. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with Doriega. Series S should have never been made, and it wasn't going to be made. Remember when they said, Brad Sams told us. He said that they were going to use xCloud as your cheaper version of getting into Xbox. It was going to be the Series X and xCloud. And then when they saw Stadia, they panicked and said, well, we can't put that out retail. And so then they brought back the Series S. Because remember, it was Lockhart. They first introduced Lockhart to developers. Developers said, no, fuck this. Like, if we got to develop for this thing too, we're going to develop for the S, and then we're going to scale it up. And it's going to be the Xbox One X all over again. Because remember, they were toting that 6 teraflop shit, and that never got utilized. So that made Xbox panic. Motherfuckers had PTSD over the Xbox One X. That's why it went off the market so fast. They said, oh, we don't want that scenario again. So they scrapped Lockhart. And then their answer was going to be xCloud. This just shows you the level of incompetency that they had around their promises and the things they want to do. But then xCloud, of course, like even you asked me, when you look at what its peers can do, yeah, it might have a cool lineup of games, and it might have a lineup of games that are better than Amazon Luna at the moment. But performance wise, it was laughable. So when they made that their solution, developers cheered. They said, fine, okay, we are going to develop for the Series X. You guys will figure it out on the cloud alternative yourselves, because you guys work on all that shit, and we'll be fine. And then they saw Stadia and said, no, this ain't gonna work, because this looks abysmal. And then they brought the Lockhart back, to everybody's dismay. And when everybody was complaining at the beginning of the gen, when all the developers were coming out, and then you had these content creators say that they were lying and they were making stuff up, and it was media bias, a developer having media bias. Meanwhile, they're listening to other developers that were lying to you, talking about, I've been talking to developers and they told me that, yeah, the PlayStation is going to be a great machine to still develop for. It's still going to be okay. It's still going to be a fun friend, but the real gaming is going to be done on Xbox. When they were sitting there lying to you and talking about 40 to 50 frame deltas on some of these shows, right? That's what I'm saying. If you're a Game Pass gamer, let me put it to you like, if you're a Game Pass gamer and or you have a PC beefy enough to play your Xbox games and you can get your other PC, your multiplayer games via PC, then you're fine. I think you're okay. I think you're still missing out on some great PlayStation games, but that's on you. But let's just take out the PlayStation games. Fuck it. Say you don't like them. You like multiplats, right? You want Baldur's Gate. You want this Enoch, The Last Supper, or whatever the fuck it's called. You want these third-party games, right? That look cool and shit. The Demon Souls like and all the other stuff. Guess where they're gonna less frequently come more and more and more? See, that's the story that Digital Foundry isn't fucking telling you. And this is why I said before, I made a harsh video, Cold Blood, years ago. It's a funny one too. I'm gonna find it and put it. It's called, and it was a satirical video, but it was very harsh on Digital Foundry. And I said, why don't Digital Foundry just die? And I don't mean I want Richard Ledbetter to and just kill over. I meant the whole fucking brand just die. You know what I'm saying? Because we put way more emphasis on them than we should. And here's what Digital Foundry isn't telling you. Digital Foundry isn't telling you that that you need to be afraid. Instead of telling you that you need to be afraid of more 30 frames per second games they're coming to PlayStation 2 and you not to expect them on don't expect 30 frames per second on the Pro. Instead of telling you that shit that they can't substantiate, what they need to tell you that they can substantiate is that as these games go over to Unreal Engine 5, the Series S is not going to be able to keep up. And because of the parity clause for the Series S, you are going to see more and more fucking games not come to Xbox. That is unless they remove the parity clause, which they may not likely do. I can't find my video. It's a very funny video. I got a Digital Foundry. Oh man. Very funny video. When I find it, I'll give it to you guys. But yeah, is this the video? No. But yeah, I truly think that Digital Foundry there's too much trust put into them. That's what they need to be telling you, is that you're going to see more and more games like this as Unreal Engine 5 becomes a thing. The concern, I don't think necessarily is 30 frames per second game, because every game isn't going to be poorly optimized. Like, what do you call it, Cold Blood? Fucking, doesn't Sony, I think Sony has a 5% stake or something like that in Unreal. I think they bought some shares.
200 million or something.
Yeah, they trust me, Tim Sweeney and PlayStation are working together to ensure that, you know what I mean, some shit is now they can't excuse if a game is poorly optimized. Why do you think PlayStation made such an investment with Unreal Engine? Why? Because they want to make sure that as that Unreal Engine 5 comes out, that motherfucking Unreal Engine 5 and the PlayStation consoles, you know what I'm saying, they doing some magic together. And it's not something that you're going to see overnight, because games aren't developed overnight. You know what I mean? So Levon says, I'm in the general Discord. He said, I would have taken out the parody stuff of the Series S and X. I agree with you. I would take it out, but here's why Microsoft doesn't want to do that. The same reason, remember PUBG, Levon? When people were like, PUBG can run at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X, it just can't do it on the One S. So there was that parity clause, and that fucked with PUBG. Most Xbox gamers have a Series S, and they don't want to tick off that user base. They don't want to tick them off, which I don't understand, because here's my thing. if you are dropping, if you're not dropping a mid-gen refresh and your Xbox Series X is supposed to be your secondary console, or your upgraded console and your mid-gen refresh, why wouldn't there be an expectation that, hey, there are just going to be some things that you can't do on the Series S version of the game that we can do on the Xbox One X version? It's they don't know what decisions to make retail wise, and they always shoot themselves in the foot. You know what I mean? But yeah, this could be a growing trend. Growing trend. Cold Blood. What do you think? What are your thoughts about this game not coming? Do you think it's going to be a trend of UE5 games not coming to Xbox, or you just think this is just going to be a rarity?
Well, it already happens more often than not now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be real. At some point, it's not going to be just indie developers that are going to do that. It's going to be EA and all of these motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
That going to say, okay, yeah, the numbers don't look right, bro.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe it's better if you don't make an Xbox version anymore. I mean, look at the sales numbers right now.
It's horrible.
It's a nightmare for Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, what, they sold 300,000 or something last month?
And
why PlayStation sold 1.2 million?
What do you think about the Europe numbers, though? Being outsold 10-1.
Very predictable. I mean, here in Europe, because I live in Germany, I don't see a single person out there having an Xbox. Mm-hmm. Not one. Bro, I see so many people running around with PlayStation merch out there. I saw one fat kid once that had an Xbox shirt on. Yeah, only one. But I saw so many people with PlayStation merch, or even on their fucking car.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. Like, I would never put PlayStation merch on my fucking car. I'm sorry. There's a limit of how much I can be a fucking fanboy of PlayStation. But here in Europe, bro, it's all PlayStation or Switch.
Yeah,
you ain't seeing nobody with a fucking Xbox. And if you do, he is the rarest of rare breeds.
Yeah.
I mean, most people here are PC, Switch, PlayStation, and maybe Steam Deck. Actually, I see a lot of people with a Steam Deck right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Xbox, nah. I don't know a single person in real life that has an Xbox. Back in the 360 era, it was the other way around. Almost everybody I knew had a fucking Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Then with the one generation, nobody gave a shit about an Xbox.
What happened?
I can tell you those Europe numbers are very accurate.
At the beginning of, well, I don't want to make fun of people. I just want them to wake up. That's all. Because when we have voices that have ears, a bunch of ears listening to them, and they don't understand what's going on or understand how this works, that hurts fellow gamers. We should be educating each other and not doing wishful thinking and spreading misinformation or giving people false hopes. So
you want to make Moss, you want to make a video where I just go through a fucking retail store and show them what it looks
Oh
like?
yeah, oh that would
in Germany right now.
Yeah, just show what a display case looks like. Yeah.
Because you're not gonna see much. You know?
I get confused by some of our gaming comrades in Europe, like Jazz. Who know the stuff that you know, that see the same shit that you see, who actually thought that Xbox had a chance over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can get some of the ignorance here in the States when it comes to that, because this is the biggest region for Xbox. But if the states have turned their nose at Xbox, shouldn't they know that UK is going to do it a lot more? You know what I'm saying? Like, when Xbox, there was a time period when Xbox was doing well in outselling PlayStation in both the States and UK. Then I think when that Joker DLC dropped for Batman Arkham, then that like just threw people into just something small like that, threw UK in a frenzy, and then UK never looked back. That was with the PlayStation 3 and the 360. Then that was Xbox's most successful era. Like, what delusion? I don't know. Help me understand. What are these people out of Europe thinking and believing that Xbox had a chance in Europe? Where does that type of mind state come from? I don't get it.
Me neither. If he's really from the UK, he's a dumbass that he is capping for Xbox as much as he did.
Yeah. I don't get it. If it's your favorite brand, despite what's going on around you, so what? It's fine. You like what you like. You ain't gotta like everything. You ain't gotta like something because everybody around you likes it. But I'm just saying, like, if you're there, if you're on the front lines, and you know how people think, and you know how trends are, and you see in contrast to that what Xbox is doing, how could you ever think that they had a chance over there if they're not winning over here? I just don't get it. I don't get it, but maybe it's just me. Oh well. But yeah, that's our story on games skipping Xbox. I mean, this one game, it's not the biggest game in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not Madden, not coming, but I think we've identified something to clearly watch. You got more and more games that are going to have UE5 integration. We already know Sony and PlayStation made some significant investments with Epic and Unreal Engine, Epic really. You know what I'm saying? I expect, that's why I said when Digital Foundry talks that shit about, yeah, don't expect this or whatever. Look, you can't control poorly optimized shit. It's going to be bad everywhere. Look at fucking Dragon's Dogma 2. That being said, I don't think, I'm not guaranteeing that, like for instance, GTA 6 is going to be 60. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying anything's possible, but I don't think doom and gloom needs to be put there. I think where concern really is fuck, what is Xbox going to do with these onslaught of new UE5 games? Because there clearly is a problem with them coming over to the Series S. All right, last topic before we get ready for this god-awful stream that you motherfuckers are making me do here. I gotta switch the time on this. You motherfuckers. What do you think about Rise of the Ronin? Again, you guys may have seen our stream. I believe it was yesterday where we talked about the game. We were disappointed in how it looks. And even though I think we saw the worst of these professional reviewers and shit like that, like them overlooking a lot of this crazy shit that's happening in Dragon's Dogma, you know, and them overlooking the performance and things like that. Despite that, and them making, you know, showing more and more why Metacritic is useless outside of entertainment. Just what you can see with the naked eye with Rise of Ronin is very concerning. We were, again, you guys, we thank you guys so much for your contributions and your support of the channel. And our original plan was to use those contributions to get Dragon's Dogma. I mean, shit, what the fuck? Rise of the Ronin.
Dragon's Dogma.
The fuck is wrong with me? But there was Dragon's Dogma. It might, you know, we might do that instead. That being said, I want to defer to Cold Blood. We've had a day to think about this and settle on it. What do you think about what Rise of Ronin actually looks like of a game versus what you expected? And why do you think that Sony would greenlit or support something like this being $70?
Weird question. I did not expect anything. I was the one telling you, dude, this game does not look right at all. I mean, the first trailer made me hype, but then when they showed the second trailer with the horse and everything, bro, I said, something is very wrong with this game.
Yeah.
And you said, nah, looks great. It's gonna be an 8 at least. I was like, bro, wait on it. Don't pre-order it or nothing. Nah, they shown us only dog shit from this game. It was, no. It's the greatest game ever made. What are you talking about?
Well, what do you think about?
I mean, my expectation was a similar game to Ghost of Tsushima. Let's be real.
Okay.
Yeah, and what we got is Ghost of Tsushima, the budget edition. The hard budget edition.
The Switch edition and shit, yeah.
For $70.
Yeah.
That's higher than Ghost of Tsushima was at launch.
Yeah. That's bad.
And that's where I'm like, Sony, what the fuck you been thinking with this? This shit should have been on every platform and on Game Pass.
I'm myself trying to understand. That's why I kind of like asked a question like that. Like, I'm trying to understand, what were they thinking? Why did they, okay, look, Sony didn't develop the game. Fine, sure. Fair enough. But what were they thinking in saying, okay, this is going to be an exclusive that we're going to back. And yes, we're going to charge $70 for this. That's the part that has me extremely bewildered. You had enough sense to know not to charge $70 for Helldivers. Why? My question is, why was this worth $70, but Helldivers wasn't? That's the bigger question that I have.
Well, Helldivers is, how you would say it, it has way less content.
Okay.
I mean, story content and everything, like voice acting, there's not much of a voice acting at all in this game. It's literally you land on the planet, shoot some shit, be gone, back to the ship. That is the whole game. It's fucking addicting and fun and funny, yeah, sure. But there was no more effort put into it than that. It is just that. It's a fucking bug killing simulator. It has no story, no open world or anything like that.
Yeah.
No real NPCs or something. So there's way less effort, and of course it's gonna be costing less.
Yeah, and I'm not
with Rise of Ronin. I don't see $70 at all. I'm being real with you. $60 is even. Is it really $60 worth?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
because
thinking 50.
This looks like an early last gen game.
Yeah, I think $50. I'm thinking this is a $50 game too.
Yeah, well, for me, Sony fucked up with this one. No sugarcoating it. That all the hype died after people saw the game. The real game, not the cut up trailer.
Yeah.
Only the most hardcore of Sony fanboys are capping for it still, but everybody else shut their mouth immediately after they saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Again, I'm not saying, trust me, what I'm not saying is that Helldivers should be 70. No, I think that it's at its right price. I'm just saying, looking at why did they look at Helldivers, then look at Rise of Ronin and say, yeah, this should be 50 as you correctly did, and then this should be 70. I don't see 70 here. I see 60 at the most. I see 50. I really feel like the sweet spot should have been 50. And I think that's where people, I think that expectations would have been checked if they would. That price means a lot. It checks expectations. The price tells you like the quality in the tech narrative. They really explain that to you. And I think if it was a $50 game, it would have done probably, it probably would have scored better because expectations would have been checked. A lot of times when we see that variety score, like I didn't think that the write-up was bad. There were some flaws in it. When they were talking about, why is this person that big? There's nothing sci-fi in it. That's a lie, because we just ourselves, we saw in the gameplay for IGN, we saw somebody that had like an electric sword or some shit like something out of He-Man or something. That being said, I don't think the write-up was bad. I think the score was over the top. The score was definitely over the top.
Yeah, the 50 is that is harsh. I mean, okay, if you really felt like the game was that, I guess it's fair. But I would say, from what I see, it's no better than a 6.5.
Yeah.
And that is disappointing for PlayStation exclusives. I'm sorry. That is very disappointing because with PlayStation exclusive, I expect Sony to find the good shit. Like Final Fantasy. Find the fucking good shit and make that exclusive. Not this Game Pass looking fucking game. Oh.
Yep. I agree. I totally agree.
We probably have some fucking Sony dude watching us in the background and saying, hey,
they should be.
These motherfuckers will never get a review code in their life. Putting us on the fucking blacklist and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They should be listening.
We're right next to what is this other guy called? Survivor.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh. He's a goddamn. We've been survivored. Let's do this. I'm gonna go real quick before we go over to this stream. Excuse me. Says this is from J Main 518. He says, wait. So Capcom was upfront about Dragon Dogma 2 having microtransactions, even detailed that they would be in the preview review material. It sounds like some of your favorite review channels let you down. Oh my God. Jazz says, typical Jazz. I just want to add that these microtransactions were detailed in the initial review guide, which I didn't read as to avoid spoilers that it might impact my review impressions. Ironic. No. Ironic is, why are you not reading this information? You're approaching this from a less technical level. You should have read that. Yes, they were extremely upfront about the fact it would be paid DLC. I looked at it, saw it's a bunch of shit I'm going to earn in game anyway, and never gave a second thought. Anyone saying it was sneaky is lying for clicks. Yeah, no, okay, that should have been in there.
No, I never said it was sneaky. Did I say it once? No.
Exactly, yeah.
I said they're very upfront about it, that you can earn it in the game and everything, which is cool, but still, the principle is, nah. This should not be in a single player game that you pay $70 for.
I believe that, and I also believe that reviewers, like, come on, these motherfuckers, they didn't start reviewing games last night. They know how the public acts about microtransactions. This is not about you.
What we are doing right now is we criticize the fucking future of games here. Mm-hmm. Because if this shit is okay, what do you think the next game's gonna be like?
What it's gonna do? Well, absolutely.
They're gonna go with the full fist in your fucking ass. That's what they're gonna do.
No Vaseline. Yep.
No Vaseline. Absolutely not.
Yep.
Probably also dried in the cold. So
yeah, fucking hands blistered and shit. Yeah.
Doriega, we don't call it Neo Free because that would be an insult.
Well, all right. Well, with that said, that's it for our show, but we're not going to leave just yet. We're going to get ready to transition over to I keep wanting to say Blues Clues, but it's Paw Patrol. So I ended the stream over on Kick. We're gonna get ready for the Paw Patrol. We're gonna call it the torture stream. Paw Patrol. This is Foamy Fridays, right? Where you guys get to torture me. Those that contribute in the chat, that contribute and help donate and help us get Dragon's Dogma. For full disclosure, we are getting Dragon's Dogma. I'm getting it to check out NVIDIA GeForce Now. Cold Blood is getting it to check out the performance on PC natively. And we'll be talking about this game and what's going on with it and so forth. And we want to thank everybody that made that possible. Paw Patrol World. What do I call this? Was it torture stream? No. Suffer Stream. Yeah. Suffer Stream. Let's see. And Foamy Friday. Foamy Friday. Foamy Friday, you mother foamers. Foamy Friday number 24.03. Okay, so let's do this. This is not coffee talk. This is Paw Patrol. Oh, they don't have Paw.
We can make a coffee talk about Paw Patrol.
Oh, they don't have Paw Patrol on. Okay.
No, they got it on xCloud.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I was trying to save it on the Kick. Get ready for doing it on Kick, and they don't even have Paw Patrol in the database to select it.
Of course not, because for them it's all about gambling and shit.
They're big on that gambling shit. They need to chill out with that shit.
And almost nude streams.
Yeah, I did notice that too. Like, the fuck? What the fuck?
We still live?
Yeah, we're still live on the main channel. We're just getting ready for the stream because I want people to carry over.
Oh.
All right. Gonna save that. Let me do this. We are here. All right, y'all. So we're going to end this stream, and then you're going to head directly over to the Paw Patrol stream. Yeah, this is gonna be some funny shit. I guarantee this is gonna be some funny shit. Hold on, let me do something here. Oh. See? Close that out.
Actually, I'm gonna play Dragon's Dogma on PlayStation. To show off how dog shit it runs on PlayStation.
Oh shit. Oh damn. He's gonna actually try it on PlayStation.
When the PlayStation 5 Pro comes out, we can do a retroactive on this game. If it still runs like dog shit or not.
Oh shit. Xbox.com play. Here we go. Let me see. I'm signed in. Can jump back into Peppa's Pig? Fuck no. All right, let's find.
Yes.
Search games. Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol World. There we go. Holy shit. Mighty Pup Save Adventure Bay. The fuck? What is this shit? Explore the world of Paw Patrol in a 3D action adventure where everything is possible. Drive their vehicles and save the day by taking fun rescue missions. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're doing it live. All right, y'all. We're about to do this. The game is going to take you directly over to Paw Patrol. And pray for me, man. He said this is going to be hilarious. I wouldn't play. Yeah, these motherfuckers don't care about me, man. All right. So with that said, we're heading over now. I'm gonna stop this stream. Here it is. Hold on. Copy this. All right. So let's end this stream, and then we're gonna be heading over to Paw Patrol. Thank you very much, and please pray for me. Have a wonderful gaming day, y'all. And don't forget, check us out on Spotify. We're on your favorite audio platforms. Until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace. Okay.